Working It today, here's a look at how bad publicity could stop out companies from getting top talent. Fritz Goldman has more.
Joining us again today on Working It is LaDon Nickervin. She's a senior career counselor at Career Builder. Thanks for coming in.
Of course.
Now, LaDon has an interesting survey that your organization did, and it's about how companies that have good or bad publicity affect potential employees, that is, people looking for a job. Tell us a little bit about that and the statistics.
Yeah, we found that 71% of workers say that they would not apply to a company that has negative publicity. So that's really important to keep in mind because that's 3 in 4. That's a big number when you're thinking about wanting to get great talent. You'd be missing out if you're not controlling that message that's out there.
And this is companies, for example, like United Airlines or Delta, that have been so bad in their publicity recently, having issues. Is that an example of that?
The issue now is that it's a 24/7 news cycle, there's social media, and so there's companies everybody knows about, but it's not just them, it really is small companies, big companies across industries. It's just a different environment than we had before. People go on and it's not even big things that become the news, it's little things that people complain about that get a lot of attention. So yes, we are seeing some big ones in the news today, but it's a totally different news cycle than it was before.
Now, this doesn't just cut across the whole population. There are certainly interesting differences in gender. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we found that women are much more concerned with this than men. Women say that if the brand or the company that they're looking for has some negative press, they're less likely to apply. Whereas for men, still a big issue, more than half, but it doesn't seem to concern them as much.
Now, that was negative news. Is there a tilt towards people wanting to go to work for companies that have positive news?
Absolutely. Negative news seems to get more attention. It's just like any sort of review. When someone is upset about something, they're going to talk about it more. It's going to gain more publicity. But positive news can certainly help an employer out. We found that companies that are experiencing positive news, then they have higher morale with their current workers, they get more job applications, they get more referrals, helps their sales. So there is such thing as positive publicity. It's just less common that we hear about it, but when it happens, it's great for the company.
Well, now thinking about these positive messages, or for example, controlling bad publicity, what should employers consider? What should they do to manage this process?
I think you brought up a great point, manage the process. Whether a company is big or small, a lot of companies don't have a management process in place. So if one department has a crisis, they don't know who's supposed to tackle that. I think what's most important to know that no matter what happens, if something happens that the company is in the spotlight, who is going to respond to that is very, very important.
And like you said, it doesn't have to be these huge nationwide issues. It could be just somebody that maybe had a bad experience even at retail.
Absolutely. Little comments on a Facebook page or a little tweet can really blow up. So you want to make sure that you kind of have your eyes everywhere, and having a PR team or having a crisis control team can really help with that. But if you don't have one, again, just making sure that you are monitoring things and someone is in charge, regardless of who that person is really important.
LaDon, thanks for joining us today.
Of course. Thank you.